Today I'm on St. Hubert Street in Montreal shooting a Pentax MX.
Pentax released the MX SLR camera in 1976. Shutter speeds range from 1 second to 1/1000th of a second. It weighs in at 495 grams. The viewfinder has a battery-powered meter. On top of the MX, we find the film rewind crank, a hot shoe mount, the shutter speed and ISO select dial, the shutter button, a film advance lever, and a frame counter window. On front of the Pentax MX, there's a flash sync terminal and a self-timer lever. On the underside of the camera, there's a rewind release tripod socket and a compartment for two 1.5 volt batteries to power the meter. The film rewind crank can be pulled up to pop open the back door. There's no film check window or film memo holder, so try to remember what film you've loaded. Opening the back of this camera has revealed some crumbling light seals, so I'll blow them away with a squeeze blower. To load a roll of film in the Pentax MX, place a roll of film in the film chamber on the left side of the open camera back, pull the film leader across to the right side, and stick the end between two of the white rods surrounding the film take-up spool. Use the film advance lever to wind the film, making sure the film perforations are being grabbed by the take-up teeth. Close the back, push the rewind crank back down, advance to the first frame, and you're ready to shoot.
Hey, what's up? Today I'm on St. Hubert Street in Montreal shooting a Pentax MX. It's a mostly manual camera with a meter inside. I don't have any watch batteries in it, so I'm not going to be checking out the meter today. However, it doesn't have any sort of auto exposure, so it's not going to affect the photos that I take with the camera, as long as I can plan my exposure based on what I see. We have shutter speeds from bulb to 1 second to 1000 on the dial. You can select your ISO, shutter release button, film advance winder, rewind winder. The battery goes in underneath at the bottom. And just take a couple shots to see how the camera works. We're using a Tokina SD 28-70 zoom lens with a maximum aperture of 3.5. Let's go. I don't have altogether too much to say about the Pentax MX. It works just as you'd expect a manual camera to do. There's a shutter speed dial on top, and I'm not using really anything else. It's the film winder. The film advance lever is super springy and easy to wind. I'll take a shot of this graffiti. And watch how easy that is. Whoop! So easy to flip that film advance. Unfortunately, I found that with this Pentax MX, the slower shutter speeds, like 1/8 of a second, are leaving the mirror locked up after activating the shutter. So hopefully when you pick up your Pentax MX, you will check the shutter speeds to make sure you don't have a similar issue. At the standard 1/100th of a second, I've been using 1/60th of a second. Not finding any issue, but it's those slower shutter speeds where the mirror should be setting back into its proper place after the shot. When I'm shooting a manual camera with a film advance lever and I don't have access to a grip for my fingers, I love to hang my thumb under the lever. But I've noticed that when I do so with the Pentax MX, the extra little pressure of my thumb on the lever means that I can't press down the shutter button. So for me, that's kind of a deal breaker. I would prefer that not to happen in any camera that I was shooting around with. Would I recommend the Pentax MX? Based on this one that I've tested, it's okay. It's a normal manual 35mm camera, but the lever problem, you know, where I can't shoot the button and the mirror locking up, those are two reasons why I'd steer clear of that unless I found one that was working perfectly well, but then I'd know that those were things to watch out for breaking in the future.